All right, folks, welcome back to PrepperNow. Want to talk today about this drone controversy. It's kind of taken over, and so many people are talking about it, but I think I have some ideas. I think I don't know if I'm going to answer everything, but as all that is going on, we've got some of the latest footage of such things, which you can see over here. This is what I like to call a skin. No, I don't show my face because, well, I just like my anonymity, and I just like being able to talk freely and not have to worry about anything. So this is, this is your footage and everything else. So here are a bunch of stuff. Now, everybody's been talking about this News Nation reporter who evidently is from New Jersey, but he says that he saw 50 of them flying from the ocean. And this is a big thing about it. They say that they're coming from the ocean and that they are about, he says, about 8 to 10 feet wide and can't be detected because they don't give off heat. Okay? So, like him, he said he didn't pay much credence to the first stories when they were coming out. I didn't really either. I just thought it was like, whatever. And it'd be one and done. I was thinking about if you remember about 8 years ago, when people were seeing all the clowns, like in people's windows and stuff, they'd look up and there'd be like a person with a clown face on. I don't know whatever happened to that, but I kind of likened it to that. So, we're seeing all these things in the sky. What are they? Well, he thinks they're a little bit more sophisticated. We're going to get back to him, but he says he saw about 40 or 50 of the drones. As you know, that there's a little bit of odds between the feds and the state, especially the state police of New Jersey. And these are over Staten Island, New York as well. If you know, familiar with the New York City area, Staten Island is roughly, it almost seems more New Jersey than it is New York, but it is part of New York City, New York. So, one of the presidents of these counties, this Warren County, he says that we are shocked by the lack of response or update from federal and state officials. Police Chiefs Association wrote on Facebook on Wednesday, we do not agree with their response that there is no known threat to the public at this time. It is our stance that just the unidentified drone flying over us is a threat in itself. And it is. So they're saying, this isn't a threat, there's nothing to worry about. So deductive reasoning would say this. We know that there's something up there. Okay? We know that they've got lights. There's multiple videos of this thing having lights. So if they have lights on there, then I would think that they are some of human creation because they almost seem like they are FAA compliant. So I don't think they're coming from another country, but that's just me personally. If you think, I've said this, and I'm going to tell you my theory, but I have something else that might be completely, entirely different. I think that they are sniffing for something. All right, I always have. I don't think they want to freak out the public, so I think they're sniffing for something. Okay. So one person from New Jersey said, "So I live in New Jersey, fairly close to Picatinny. And I also live near a lake and a very small airport. You can tell when a plane is flying nearby. You can literally hear them. But these drones fly so much lower than the planes do and have a different travel pattern than the planes. Saw two the other night circling across my lake, and I just saw one go around the lake, then down the road hovering so low atop the trees. Rumor has it these drones are specifically targeting areas with water because they plan to do nefarious things." Now, I don't rule that out, but I don't think that is the true reasoning or the true reason that they are out there. Okay, so this is an uncle from a subscriber of mine, and he's a former military. Okay, so I am going to just tell you what he says. He said, I know that these drones are being used. I know what they're being used for. They're used for gamma radiation detection. Ever since 9/11, the government has been worried about dirty, as I like to call it here. They built fleets of the gamma-detecting drones. There must be a credible threat, or they're not telling us about it. Report in 2006, JFCom SecDef on the numerous Passover devices strategically based were picked up if MOTR failed. So he said that's his take. Expect that we'll see them around, other areas and stuff. The security at these games. I think he's talking about the stadium of the Army-Navy game. Maybe that's not one from the current administration. They're coming. Maybe they're not talking about it from the current administration because they're scared, basically, is what he said. He said it's just interesting that, there's not really an official anything yet. So another resident of Hillsborough Township, New Jersey, he called 911 after he heard a drone crash near power lines behind his house. He said the caller stated that a drone fell out of the sky and then 10 more drones showed up afterwards. Law enforcement and emergency crews ended up finding nothing at the reported crash site, and that call was initiated last night, supposedly either 12:12 or 12:13, depending, but it's new. So this News Nation reporter, Rich McHugh, he witnessed a fleet of 50 large drones, as we covered at the beginning. He said 8 to 10 feet wide, coming from the ocean and coming inland in New Jersey. He said the evaded detection due to a lack of heat signature, and he said his entire belief in this is now different because he didn't think it was that big of a deal at first, and a lot of people didn't. But now these reports are just getting more and more. And they're not just in America. U.S. military confirmed drone sightings over Ramstein Air Base in Germany. This is an incredibly critical air base that also serves a lot of times for NATO purposes like meetings and stuff, but also just a general air base, which is one of the most strategic and important in Europe. And they said there were no impacts to base residents, facilities, or assets. Spokesperson said, now, Der Spiegel, which is a very large German newspaper or periodical, said drones were also sighted over locations belonging to German arms manufacturer Rheinmetall and chemicals group BASF. So, what is it? Here are two different, distinctly reasons that these other people have put out there. First person says, this is a PSYOP, in and out. I have been tracking flights in and out of the New York, New Jersey region for a while, and these drones were in the sky, and not a single airspace alert or diversion were issued for flights passing overhead. If the U.S. government suspected foreign-controlled, possibly hostile drones, they would have cleared the airspace in minutes, and military aircraft would have intercepted them. This is a PSYOP to divert your attention away from the massive regime change that is happening all over the world, from Syria to Georgia to Romania to Turkey to Belarus and, of course, to Ukraine. But maybe it's something not so nefarious. Maybe it's just a little bit more simple, a little, as I like to call it on this channel, Kansas City shuffle. You wave the right hand in front of someone and then you knock them out with the left. So the FAA Reauthorization Act of 2018 expires on December 20th. The replacement that is being pushed is bigger, and of course will take some of our freedoms, and that's why on this channel we have three things that we cover. We cover news, we cover preps, but we also cover your rights, being a American government teacher for quite some time. New HR 8610, Counter UAS Authority, Security, Safety, and Reauthorization Act of 2024. This will include appropriations and enhance government powers to control you, and they're even going so far as to use it to push for acts of war against other countries, supposedly. So are these drones being used for sniffing? Are these drones being used for contamination? Are these drones being used by other governments to sniff out where our stuff is and to make moves potentially in the future in a military conflict? Or Are these drones just being used to scare us so they can give cover to all the stuff going on in the world, have us outcry for more safety and more taking away of our freedom, and do this reauthorization act of H.R. 8610 and get that over the goal line as we beg for our freedoms to be taken? You tell me. All right, friends, thanks for being here. Go on into that description, get the links for the other places where I'm at. Definitely check out Subscribe, Start, and Locals, where I have another explanation up that was one of the first of a set of tweets from a person that creates a certain something and says that he knows the exact answer for it because he was in on it. These are $3 a month if you want to choose. I understand if not, but it's a great place to get some interesting information that I like to put out. Other than that, friends, God bless. Thanks for being here. Hit that subscribe button. Darken out the bell for more. And we'll be doing more here on PrepperNow. For all the newcomers, great to see you. It's a wonderful community. If you like being here and you like what we're doing, please consider membership for YouTube. And we'll see you on the next one. God bless.